This is the big red one guy reminding you to break the machine. In the words of James Madison, where an excess of power prevails, property of no sort is duly respected. No man is safe in his opinions, his person, his faculties, or his possessions. In today's America, our right to privacy has been completely eroded. Our governments from the local to the federal levels have taken excessive liberties with violating our right to privacy and to, in some cases, illegally search persons and places, all under the guise of public safety. Unfortunately, this issue once again falls on our citizenry to know and completely understand their rights. The Fourth Amendment is a constitutional embodiment that was put in place to protect the citizen from unnecessary force from the government. Our founding fathers understood this well, as the citizens of the British colonies were often subject to random searches and seizures of their property, and in many cases, persons, by British soldiers for no reason at all. The Fourth Amendment in our Bill of Rights reads as, "The right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated, and no warrant shall issue, but upon probable cause, supported by oath and affirmation, and particularly describing the place to be searched and the persons or things to be seized." It is imperative that as a citizen you understand that your property and person should never be taken lightly and allowed to be searched without justification. The old adage that you must have something to hide is not legal grounds to give up your right to be protected from an unlawful search. If law enforcement show up to your door and ask to enter, it is reasonable to deny them access to your place of residence. If they show up with a warrant signed by a judge, you must make sure you identify that the address is correct and has indeed been signed by a judge. They must provide you with a copy of the warrant for review and must announce their presence as law enforcement. When law enforcement obtains a warrant, it must be specific to where they want to search and what they want to seize from your home. Law enforcement understands very well that 99% of the citizenry do not have a lawyer on retainer and will take full advantage of this when obtaining a warrant to search somewhere or to seize someone. You must remember that the Fourth Amendment specifically states that in order to obtain a warrant, law enforcement must show a probable cause and not just have a reasonable suspicion. They have the burden of proof, and it is incumbent on them to prove they must be allowed to enter and perform a legal search. To be clear, there are exceptions to the need for a warrant. If you consent to a search of your home, law enforcement is not obligated to advise you that you have the right to refuse. They can also enter your home if you have illegal contraband, aka illegal items, in plain view. They are also permitted to enter your home under what are called exigent circumstances. For instance, if they are in pursuit of an armed suspect that just robbed a convenience store and then entered into someone's home or made it to their own. Law enforcement has been given the authority to then enter and neutralize the threat to the public and themselves. Another circumstance would be that there was reasonable belief that someone was being harmed or destruction of evidence was occurring. They are allowed to enter into your home without a warrant if there is an emergency occurring, such as a medical or fire emergency, or the homeowner is requesting assistance from them. Law enforcement is also allowed to search you when it is a search incident to an arrest. They are permitted to search you in the immediate surroundings to protect themselves and the public. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the bell for notifications. This is the big red one guy signing out, and always remember, we must break the machine.